Hello. Say in continuation of operating costing, to look into the next problem. You first minutely go through the problem. Say the problem reads as the normal capacity of a bus is 50 passengers. The bus is generally 10% vacant during its Bangalore trip, semicolon, 80% full during Hassan trip and always full during the city trip. Then I have changed the paragraph. The bus runs 10 days in a month between Mysore and Bangalore and the distance is 300 kilometers in a round trip. Then the distance between Mysore and Hassan is 120 kilometers one way and the bus runs for 10 days in a month. Then the rest 4 days in a month the bus covers a distance of 40 kilometers daily. 40 kilometers daily. Now in this problem you have been asked to ascertain the total passenger kilometer per month. Say why I have concentrated upon ascertainment of total passenger kilometer. It is because of or your total effective ton kilometers. It is because of the fact that if you wrongly make the calculation in respect of ascertainment of either effective passenger kilometer or effective ton kilometers, say howsoever accurately you might have solved the problem, it goes astray because due to the wrong ascertainment of passenger kilometer, definitely operating cost per kilometer or per passenger kilometer, it cannot be rightly ascertained. Now to elaborate this problem, you in the first instance go in for dissection of the problem. Having gone into dissect the problem, how much is the seating capacity in the bus? Seating capacity in the bus is 50 passengers. Now the bus runs 10 days in a month between Mysore and Bangalore and the distance is 300 kilometers in a round trip. Now you first in the first paragraph you go through the bus is generally 10% vacant during its Bangalore trip, in the sense when the first 10 days it moves from Mysore to Bangalore, the seating capacity though is 50, 10% of the total seats are vacant. What does it imply? It implies that 90% of the seat will be occupied. How about the collection of bus fare? So far as collection of bus fare is concerned, fare will be collected only from the occupants, I mean the passengers who have occupied their respective seats. Now this is the first dissection that we have made. Thereupon during the second trip, that is from Mysore to Hassan, the bus is 80% full. It implies that 20% vacant. And the third part is it's always full during the city trip. Now in the first instance we shall go into ascertain the effective passenger kilometer in respect of trip from Mysore to Bangalore. Hope by this time you are well versed with the different either components or ingredients that are to be multiplied in an attempt of ascertainment of effective either passenger kilometer or effective ton kilometers. But in this problem, because it is the example of a bus, here which parameter shall become applicable? The parameter that shall become applicable is your passenger. Now number of bus 1, then second one number of days, third one distance, fourth one seating capacity, last one occupancy. Now number of bus, how many number of buses are there? No question of buses, only a single bus. Therefore 1 into the bus runs 10 days in a month between Mysore and Bangalore. Therefore when we are ascertaining the effective passenger kilometer run by that bus in between Mysore and Bangalore, now 10 days. Therefore second ingredient or component being 10 days. Now the third one is concerned, the distance is 300 kilometers in a round trip. It seems only the other day I have made a reference pertaining to round trip. What does this round trip mean to say? Round trip means onward and return journey. Onward journey and return journey, it is called as your round trip. Round trip, you know, it comprises of 2 trips. Round trip means 2 trips. Now the distance between Mysore and Bangalore is 300 kilometers in a round trip. It implies that 150 kilometers one-sided journey. One-sided journey 150 kilometers, return journey 150 kilometers, thus totaling to 300 kilometers. Therefore in the solution I have written it as 150 kilometers into 2. What is this 2? 2 means 2 trips. 1 round trip means 2 trips. Therefore, 150 kilometers into 2 trips amounting to or arriving at 300 kilometers into. Next component being seating capacity or passenger seating capacity. How much is seating capacity of the bus? Total seating capacity of the bus is 50. However, it is specifically given in the first para itself. The bus is generally 10% vacant during Bangalore trip. Now, we are calculating effective passenger kilometer pertaining to Bangalore trip only. When 10% of the seats are vacant, what does it imply? It implies that 90% of the total seats are occupied. Therefore, 90 by 100. 90 by 100. Don't take it as 10 by 100. You minutely go through the sentence. 10% of the total seats are vacant, implying that 90% occupancy. Therefore, 90 by 100. It works out to 1,35,000 passenger kilometers per month. 1,35,000 passenger kilometers per month. It is the total effective kilometers in respect of trip made in between Mysore and Bangalore. Hope you got it digested. Now, to touch upon the second trip. So far as second trip is concerned, the second trip runs in between Mysore and Hassan. Say you go through the problem. The distance between Mysore and Hassan is 120 kilometers one way and the bus runs for 10 days in a month. Now, same components to be taken into consideration. For Mysore to Hassan, number of bus 1 into, say the journey in between Mysore and Hassan, for how many days the bus plies or the bus runs? The bus runs for 10 days in a month. Therefore, 1 into 10 days into, specifically given in the problem, 120 kilometers one way, whereas above, so far as Bangalore trip is concerned, 300 kilometers round trip, whereas in contrast to 300 kilometers round trip, so far as Hassan trip is concerned, specifically given as 120 kilometers one way, your onward journey plus return journey, totally 240 kilometers. Therefore, in the solution you go through 120 kilometers into 2 trips. Again, next multiplied by seating capacity of the bus 50 seats multiplied by how about the occupancy in respect of this second trip from Mysore to Hassan. Given in the problem in the first para itself, 80% full during Hassan trip. When the bus is 80% full during Hassan trip multiplied by 80 by 100, it works out to 96,000 passenger kilometers. Thus, passenger kilometers effective passenger kilometers in respect of Mysore to Hassan trip, it stands at 96,000. Thereupon, for the rest 4 days, the bus runs in the local city. Bus runs in the local city, specifically given the rest 4 days in a month, the bus covers a distance of 40 kilometers daily. In the sense, per day 40 kilometers, simply it makes a movement or it moves from 2 destinations, and the number of days the bus plies is 4 days. Definitely, for that reason, as usual, again number of bus 1 into number of days during the month which the bus plies or runs 4 days multiplied by daily coverage of the distance. So far as distance covered daily is 40 kilometers. Again, next multiplied by seating capacity of the bus 50. Then how about the occupancy in your local trip? Specifically given in the again first para itself, it is always full during the city trip. It is always full during the city trip, definitely written as 100%. And so far as city trip is concerned, effective passenger kilometer, it is arrived at 8,000 passenger kilometers per month. Now, what has been asked in this problem? Calculate the total passenger kilometer per month. When you have been asked to ascertain total passenger kilometers per month, say you have to sum up Mysore to Bangalore effective passenger kilometers, then Mysore to Hassan and city trip. Thus, 1,35,000 plus 96,000 plus 8,000, which works out to 2,39,000 effective passenger kilometers. So thus 2,39,000 kilometers would be the total effective passenger kilometers run by that bus, run in between two cities from Mysore to Bangalore, Hassan, and the third one being your local city trip only. Say within 15 minutes I will upload one more video. Thank you.